Nikhil, tell us about this game. A first win in the three-match series, how important this is, and how do you see today's match?
Well, Anjali, it is an important win. And why is it that I say it's important? I know many people might say that, listen, it's a bilateral series. We play plenty of bilateral series. There is no context to it. So why is it that I'm saying this is a very important win? There are multiple factors behind that. First things, you've just lost to this South African team in a test series, which has been considered by many as one of the lowest point in Indian cricket. So this is the same team, I mean, with a few change of personnel against whom you've just had a demoralizing test series defeat. So this first win was needed. Secondly, why is it important? It's also important because remember, this is a sort of an audition for India for the 2027 World Cup. And most importantly, two of India's stalwarts in Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, they have been under the scanner in terms of their form. So in that regard as well, this is an important win because both of them did rather well. Rohit Sharma getting a 50. In fact, his last three ODIs that he's played for India, two in Australia and now here one in India, have been outstanding with the bat. And then for Virat Kohli, two back-to-back ODIs that have been good. One that he played in Australia and one now that he's played in Ranchi. This, of course, is a memorable 100 that he's managed to get. His 52nd, he already holds the record in the history of ODI cricket of having the most ODI tons. He's just extending that record by getting that 52nd ODI ton that he got. But I think the most standout performance there of his 100 that he got today, Anjali, is that he hit 7 sixes. Now, for the layman, people might be considering why is it that I'm bringing this about? That's primarily because the last time he hit 7 sixes in one ODI innings was almost 3 years ago, when he was at his peak of his powers, when he was at his peak in ODI cricket. Since then, he has seen a bit of a downward slide when it comes to his form, and that's why a few questions were raised. Now to see him to show that peak form that he showed almost 3 years ago in January of 2023, and we are at the December here in 2025. That's why I say 3 years. To show that sort of form is very heartening because once again, as I said, he's also looking forward to that 2027 World Cup. Overall, Anjali, it was a close shave. South Africa gave India a close run. It's a win by a narrow margin of 17 runs. But because of the factors that I just mentioned, India will take it. Also, must remember that this was a great toss for South Africa to win. They got an opportunity to bowl first. India had to bowl second with a lot of dew around. Batting became easy. So under the circumstances, this is a win that was much needed for this Indian team.
Right, absolutely. As you're pointing out, if you look at it mentally as well, it's important for the team to get this, grab this win is more like it. But do try and explain to us all the key factors that led to the win today. You did explain Virat Kohli's immense contribution and how he's come back into form. But what about the bowlers and the other batters?
That's an important point, Anjali. I mean, of course, as I said, the headlines would be grabbed by Virat Kohli. I must also mention one other thing that for me was the standout moment of the day. It's when Virat Kohli gets to his 100. We see a certain Rohit Sharma in the dressing room standing up and applauding Virat Kohli. You know, remember, at one point, these two were pitted against each other because they were both vying for being the best, ODI batter or the best white ball batter in the world. You had fan bases that would have a go at each other, people that are supporting Rohit Sharma, then people that were supporting Virat Kohli. And now to see the two of them, enjoying each other's success was really heartening to see. So that is a standout image. But yes, talking about the other performances I mentioned, the half century that Rohit Sharma gets, and then let's not forget the crucial contribution with the bat by captain KL Rahul. Remember, he's filling in for Shubman Gill. And despite the fact that he's now captain, he did not push himself to bat higher up on the order. He was actually batting at the number 6 spot. This is a position where he's usually been batting in ODI cricket. So what you really liked about this particular team and what you really liked about KL Rahul was the fact that despite the fact that a few key personnel were missing, they did not tinker with the 11 as much. They only got in specialists like Ruturaj Gaikwad coming in, and majority of the other players are a regular in the ODI team. So also a sign that the Indian team didn't panic. And then turn our attention to the Indian bowlers. Good performance there by Harshit Rana, picking up all those wickets are crucial for him as well, because in the recent past, he's been subject of a lot of criticism on social media basis his selection. So this was the much needed performance for Harshit as well. And I think the standout performer of the day has to be Kuldeep Yadav. The 4 wickets that he's taken, as I said, Virat Kohli will probably be the man of the match, but it was a batting pitch. Both teams have gotten 300 runs. And in a scenario like that, for a Kuldeep Yadav to pick up 4 wickets as he did, I think is a performance that shouldn't really go under the radar. We must also forget that this a time of the year, there's a lot of dew in Ranchi. It is getting a bit chilly there. So with that dew factor in, for a bowler to be able to grip the ball, especially a spinner and a wrist spinner at that, not even a finger spinner, because for them to get the control is very tough. With a wet ball, to get that sort of control and to get those many wickets, I think he's another player that you must really mention, which actually helped India win this particular game.
Right, absolutely important to put a spotlight on all those other performances as well. But Nikhil, do now sort of give us an overall view of that match before we pack up with you. What is important to take away from this match, and going forward in the next few matches in the series, what do you expect Indian team's strategy to be?
I mean, see, if I was to just sum up the match, as I said, at the moment, the Indian team will take this particular win because, as I said, this has come against a team that just beaten them in the Test series. That's the first positive you'll take. The biggest positive, once again, will also be the form of a Rohit Sharma and a Virat Kohli. I must tell you that just a few days ago, there were certain reports in the media that said that the BCCI is still having second thoughts about having these two players for the 2027 World Cup. So imagine in an environment like this, where certain reports are doing the round, where the spotlight is on you, where the pressure is on you, for these players to come out and get that performance, I think that's another big positive. And I must tell you, the way we saw these two players celebrate, not just for each other, but personally as well. I mean, just take a look at those visuals, where Virat Kohli gets to his 100, he looks back into the crowd and you can see that determination on his face, also muttering a few things under his breath, kind of giving you an indication that this was probably his response to the world that's still questioning him, to those naysayers who are still saying we don't know whether he should continue playing the 2027 World Cup. So I think in the larger context, this is what this particular ODI would be remembered by. This will also be an ODI which could be another reminder to the Indian team that is just coming off a Test series, that remember, in one-day cricket, you're going to be leaking a lot of runs. They're going to be good pitches as the ones that we got in Ranchi. The key here is to just maintain your calm and not lose your nerves in crucial situations. I think that is the other thing that this Indian team did very well. Because there were moments there were 3 half-centurions from the South African team. Corbin Bosch at one time threatened to take the match away. Marco Jansen at one point threatened to take the match away. Bretsky at one point threatened to take the match away. But I think the patience shown by the Indian team and the self-belief, I didn't see too many players panic on the pitch at that moment, when they were going for a few runs or a few sixes were hit of their bowling. So I did see that calm, whether it was the fielders or the bowlers that stuck to their plan. Must also give Rohit Sharma the compliment of chipping in as a default captain in the years of the stand-in captain K. Rao. We saw Rohit Sharma bring in his expertise. He's been one of India's most successful captains, especially in white ball crickets, offering his advice on a lot of occasions throughout this game to KL Rahul. And I think all those little things also help this Indian team go across the line.